shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. We're all back in studio today. We're not in hotel rooms. We're not across the state. Everybody's here today. We're back home.
It's nice to be home.
It feels good. It feels
feel
right.
good.
Yes, it's nice to have some more football helmets also.
We have, what, 5 now?
5 helmets.
We had 2 as of
we
last
had 2,
week.
and all of a sudden everything changed. A couple with no face mask. All right,
On the desk.
on the desk.
I think they're making fun of our age.
Yes.
I think somebody played a joke on us.
Yes.
For
Goofing
Bill
around
and Zip,
with this.
let's put the faceless ones on.
That's
Yes.
right.
We played with face masks.
Yeah, you did.
At the
You
end of your
did.
time.
Yeah. What's that? So you didn't play. That's
Wait,
right.
so no football?
Hold it. What about, so youth was,
The midget.
yeah.
Yeah, I did play midget football. And we did have masks.
Nice.
We did have masks. Oh, stop! You can say midget. I'm not gonna stand down on that.
Midget football.
It was
Because
called midget
that's
football.
what it
In fact,
was.
a guy came up to me at the PBA one night before a game and said, "Hey, I coached against you in midget football."
Well,
I was like, "Thanks for saying that."
thanks for saying
Thanks for saying it just like that.
Yeah.
Were you a
Exactly like
dude?
that.
Was he kind of like an awe still to
No.
your skill set?
No, no, he wasn't. He was in. No, but he did say the words. Yeah, you played midget football.
Yeah.
You were on the Colts. I'm like, yeah,
Well, yeah.
I did play midget football.
You still have your
Make
uniform?
it very clear.
Stop
now.
it, Josh. It's not. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're not going to act like we're doing something wrong here, okay?
That's what it was called. That's what it,
Right.
that's what you always referred to. It's fine. again.
I'm going to go off here
Right.
in a second.
I didn't even mention youth football.
Yeah, right.
All right, sorry.
No, so
Sorry.
no football.
So we got
Yes.
we got helmets on the desk.
We
is what
do.
we're
There's
talking
5 of them. It's very cramped in here, but it looks great. Looks wonderful.
Do you like it, Bill? Do you like the look?
Yeah, it's a little cumbersome.
That's a big word. Cumbersome.
Is that
cumbersome.
right? Did
Yes.
I nail the word?
Yes, nailed.
That's always the fun part.
Yeah.
Is whether the word he said the word. Does he know what the word means?
You got it.
That's always the hard part.
Cumbersome's not bad on this one. I kind of
Yes.
like it though. It's all right.
Jake, easy trip for you though. Was
Yeah. Oh, really easy. A stress-free trip for me back from Memphis, and got
about
back
the
at
trip
5:30.
down?
Yeah, the trip down. Let's go back.
Yeah,
If
go
you-
back.
Let's go back in time.
If someone missed the show on Friday morning, which was done from Sip's hotel room, by the way, in Memphis, you missed that. The flight, we're at Buffalo Wings and Rings at about 12:15, and Eric Strickland comes to me and says, "Hey, Jake, we got a problem." I said, "What's going on?" Shows me the phone. Flight got canceled. Flight, not Omaha to Dallas was fine. Dallas to Memphis, canceled. There's bad weather in Dallas. That was the reason why.
Okay.
We couldn't find a way to get there by the game Friday with the flight. So we said, all right, well, time to rent a car and drive to Memphis. So got a car.
you stepped up.
2:30. Drove to Memphis. We split it was about 10 and a half hours to Memphis. Our drive was.
How many hours did you drive?
I drove about 7 to 7 and a half of the 10.
You
and
knew
a
he
half.
would. You knew he'd take over.
He said Eric's old.
Well, he
He's an older
drove
man.
at nighttime. He drove, I think, 3 hours straight from, I don't know,
St. Louis.
10 to, no, from 9 to midnight. I drove from midnight to 1:30 basically.
Oof.
After that.
Oh, that's a
tough
tough
duty.
one. I was in constant contact with Jake.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I texted until probably about 12:30.
Yeah.
So about 12:30.
I thought at one point Bill might make it the whole way,
The
the
whole
whole
trip,
drive,
yes.
but I texted at 1:13 and nobody responded. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
that-
I
that-
expected sleep at that
That's
point.
where
for
I
you
went
guys.
down. But 12:30, when I knew they were within, they could almost see the city lights of Memphis.
The
I
city
shut it
lights.
down.
Yep, that's right. So I got there. So we got there about 1:14. Did the show. Woke on about 2 hours of sleep at Sip's hotel room. Went well. Things were great.
Didn't seem tired.
And then the problem, as I told Bill yesterday, was that I probably thinking further into this, I should have just kept the rental car the whole 4 days and drove back whatever I wanted to. We got one way. We'll figure it out on the way home. And as you can assume, there was no rental cars in the city of Memphis because everybody was renting cars to either drive somewhere else or drive home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I checked out of my hotel room too early on Saturday. I think I had a car booked. Didn't have the car booked. I'm lugging my baggage around downtown Memphis like I am
true. It's
homeless, basically. I looked like I was homeless
Yeah.
walking by.
Yeah, you fit in.
I did. And so I'm trying to get a rental
Did you
car.
bunk with Steve?
I did not bunk with Steve. No,
Okay.
I
I don't.
figured.
Well, you didn't have
A
to.
friend of mine checked out his hotel, but he changed the reservation to my name, so I just stayed in the room.
Yeah, and I only had one
the
bed.
DoubleTree on Saturday night.
I was like-
DoubleTree.
We said one bed.
The real problem was this, though. I committed to playing golf on Saturday afternoon at 12:40 with some
And
friends
something happened.
at the golf course, and Sip's already aware of the story.
I'm not aware. I want to save it for idle chit chat.
Yeah. So I get to this golf course. It's called the Links of Galloway. Okay, it's a
Okay.
links course in Memphis. I beat my friends there who I met on Friday night, Troy and Andy. Shout out to Troy and Andy. Wanted to play golf. So I'm rattled because I don't have a car at this point.
Yeah.
I'm lugging my stuff around the city of Memphis with nowhere to put it.
He's rattled.
I don't have a hotel at this point. I have no car. I'm just Ubering with my crap. And so I tell these people at the front desk, hey, I need to put my junk somewhere. I need to put my baggage somewhere because I'm going to play golf. I can't take all these bags in the golf cart with me.
That would have been great.
They said, no problem. Put it in this back corner over here. Okay, I go to the back corner. It's behind a shelf.
Okay. Yeah, really describe this.
I'm behind a large bookshelf. I didn't really care to see what was on the bookshelf when I went by it, but it's in a corner. And this corner has a bunch of kids' golf clubs in it, essentially golf bags.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get my duffel bag and my the broadcast equipment put back there, which is a safe.
He has
spot,
the
by
broadcast equipment with him.
By the way,
think
this is a safe corner. I'm not concerned. The corner was definitely safe, and they had people watching it the whole time.
Is it that? What bag is it? Is it the camouflage bag?
No, that's my backpack. I brought that in the carts with me actually.
Okay.
Okay, so
Whatever.
I put the bags down, and all of a sudden, I hear some guy say, "Uh-oh, timber!" The shelf I have somehow pushed, and I see in slow motion it's starting to go over the bookshelf.
You knocked the whole bookshelf.
Which I
over.
had
It was
a bookshelf in a golf course could have trophies on it. It could have anything, glass on it. I said, "Oh my god, what's on that shelf?" And I try to save it, and it goes. Boom! It sounded like a bomb went off in the golf course. And they say, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Am I all right?" Was somebody over on the other side of the shelf?
of this thing.
It didn't land on me. It landed on the ground. Was somebody standing there? Are they alive still? Thank goodness
Nobody
was there. And they picked up the shelf. All it was hats and T-shirts. I could not have been luckier that it wasn't like glass or trophies that just got busted because I pushed the shelf over.
You were frazzled.
You have to realize that this has been a bad morning.
Yeah, you were.
I don't
frazzled.
have a
Club
car.
championship
I have no-
trophy smashed.
Right. That was my fear that something that was very important got broken in this process. They said, "Oh no." They said, "That's our fault. It wasn't bolted down."
It was
That's
it's probably
Mike,
it's their
I'm
fault.
like, really? I'm the one that pushed it over.
What'd you shove into it?
Well, I think
Your bag
I
or
was
did-
getting stuff rear. It wasn't that. It was a very small corner. Like things. I was trying to make sure that the bags were covered up by the golf club, so it was hidden and everything, which it was. And at some point in the process, one of the bags must have nudged the shelf enough for it to tumble over. It sounded like a bomb went off in the
Good
building.
God.
It was that loud. If you didn't see it, and the problem was, not a problem, it was a good thing. Everybody saw it. Everyone in the clubhouse saw the situation happen in slow motion, in real time.
And they were nice about it.
Were the breakers there yet?
No, they were not.
They did not see
And
that.
I said, you guys missed out on a terrible but great story that I just almost completely tore apart this clubhouse by myself. The bookshelf fell down. Sounded like a bomb.
That is unbelievable.
Nobody got hurt.
In the clubhouse.
I got some scrapes on my leg somehow. I'm not sure how that
Did
even
you?
happened
Really?
in the process, but that's what happened. I'm sorry to the Links of Galloway for knocking over your shelf, but it got fixed very quickly.
Did it?
And then I was just rattled the rest of the day.
You seemed a
I
little
saw
rattled.
you that. I saw you that night.
Yeah,
Except we had dinner that night.
Yeah, you seemed a little. You did seem a little rattled, not terribly, but a little bit.
So that was
He doesn't relax very well.
No.
He does. Jake's not very relaxed.
This did come up during the game when things weren't going well. I'm in agony. It's like watching yourself die. That's what it felt like.
That was during the game.
During the game, I have the text
it
right
felt like
circled.
Yeah, it felt like watching yourself die in that arena, basically. Nebraska, you got 98 points. Should have been 120, essentially, but they give 98 points.
We'll end up getting to that. That was,
We will get to that in a second.
seeing Jake Sorensen. He did a couple live posts, and then I saw one from Strickland, and you could see Jake, and he had his backpack on. He's coming to the arena. He is a 14-year-old, just amped up. He was, and then when he was waiting for the Huskers to come out to leave the hotel, Jake's doing a live shot from there.
Yeah.
Jake was pumped. He was in.
It was a cool scene.
It was Xanadu for him.
Yeah.
Then it's like watching yourself die.
It was a quick turnaround, wasn't it? It went south pretty quickly.
Beautiful.
It
did.
It went south quickly.
Yeah, it was set up. That was the hard part for the fans. It was all set up.
Yep.
It was an amazing
Beale Street
scene.
was amazing before the game. There were thousands.
Was there any breakers there?
Oh,
God.
God. I would say I saw at least 100 breakers. That's not even a joke. At least 100 breakers.
Did you get
Said hi to me.
Did you get the classic? The ticket.
I got a couple.
Did you?
Yeah. Hey, Jake, the ticket. Guy just walking by, didn't even stop. The ticket. Just walks by. That's it. So Beale Street was awesome. Rum Boogie was a great bar. Alfred's was packed to the brim before the game. Went there after the game, crickets.
Really?
Beale Street lost out on probably $1 million post game
God,
because
that
Husker
hurts.
fans just left and went home,
That hurts to
back
hear.
to their hotels or started the drive back to Lincoln or wherever they're going. It was a complete ghost town on Beale Street. I could not believe
Really?
it. Yes.
Now that shocks
After
me.
the game,
Really?
Rough.
oh yeah,
It was a rough scene.
Gone.
though.
Because I figured it'd be like, well, because there's no one going home that night.
Right.
I mean, the game got over at like 8:30 or 9. They have a hotel that night. They were staying
Right,
that night.
but
Why
they're
would you
depressed,
still
though.
not go out? That
The fans. They were hurting.
They
it
were
was
hurting.
bad.
Yeah.
It was a bad scene.
like I partied all day.
It was
Now I
rough.
feel like crap because we lost and I partied all day. So I'm going
but
back
did
to the
you
hotel
stick?
this
But
week.
you stuck with it.
I was out
after
till
the
1.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
out
I
till
was out
1.
till 1. Jake
Yeah.
was out.
I wasn't planning on that necessarily, but I had people that invited me to go out, so I did. That's why I met Andy and Troy to go golfing the next day.
Okay.
They're breakers, by the way, breakers.
Where you knocked over the bookshelf.
I knocked over the bookshelf, which could have been full of very expensive merchandise, and instead it was just hats and T-shirts, which was very, very lucky for me.
I often instruct you to calm down, and I think you just need to calm down. So
I don't think
calm
so.
down.
I'm just the opposite. I want more Jake.
Or
I worry
Or
about things like the
idiocy.
shelves happening, though. Like, calm down.
it was, that whole morning with that capping it off was pretty eye opening for old Jake. David asked me what I shoot. I shot a 74. Played a good golf.
Yeah.
With Renfro. I
Whoa,
shot
yeah.
4 over. I played good golf, so it did not affect my golf game.
4 over.
I played
That's
well.
incredible on a course you've never seen
With
before.
rental clubs, which were the wrong. I play stiff shaft. These are regular
I'm
shafts.
sorry.
Stiff
Take us through.
shaft
Yeah,
clubs.
take us through the round.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
No.
go hole by hole.
No, I'm not doing that.
What'd
It
you
was,
do on
it
that
was a
7?
decent course.
Is it a
Nice links
hybrid
course.
club?
I did play. I hit some hybrids out there. I hit some
I want to
hybrids.
know.
But no, made it back though from Memphis. Sip, what time did you get back last night?
Midnight. It was
Okay.
rough. It was rough. It was a rough situation, but not horrible.
You
So
seem
the
like you're
game
okay.
ended at 8:30 Friday, and you got back midnight Sunday.
Well, we have to ride on Saturday, and I'm not the guy that will just ride on the plane, just ride in the airport. I'm not that guy. I don't do that. That's not riding. That's typing. So
I like that. That's
yeah.
not writing. That's typing.
That's deep. That is deep.
That's
Brent.
deep.
That's deep.
That's very journalistic.
So I always say no. If we can stay, let's stay. Let's stay that day. And I liked it. It was fun. It was good. I mean, I didn't mind it. So in fact, I liked it. We got to go out. We went to Rendezvous.
Elvis's favorite restaurant.
No, Rendezvous was not my favorite restaurant.
I said Elvis.
Elvis's.
I
You're
said
not
Elvis.
Elvis.
Oh, are you Elvis?
You
now?
made yourself into Elvis.
I thought you said your favorite
I said
restaurant.
Elvis's. You
Yeah.
like the Flying Fish was your restaurant of choice.
Yeah.
But we went to Elvis's favorite
Yeah,
restaurant
with Baz.
and Robin.
Yeah, and Robin.
Yes,
So that was fun.
that was fun.
Do you have brisket?
Ribs.
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 I like brisket.
Ribs and beans.
I like brisket
Yes.
too.
But there we go.
Yeah, I'm not a barbecue snob either, so I'm not. But I didn't like the ribs, Jake. I thought the ribs you can get ribs
Sure.
here better. They're known for their
You
ribs.
said you liked them when you had them.
because I was being kind.
Okay, here's the deal. I thought the same thing.
Did you?
Oh,
Yeah,
Thought
they were fine.
no,
They were fine. They were not
yeah.
bad. They were
I'm
fine.
going C.
Fine,
They're
fine.
famous for
C
the
is
ribs.
fine.
They're famous for the ribs. I'm like, how can they be famous for the ribs?
I think that I'm glad you said that because I was going to say something. I've had way better ribs in my life.
Well, I think we're honest on the show about song of the day. I
I
think
try
we
to be
just talk
honest.
about
The
food.
ribs were okay.
Yeah.
They were okay. They weren't bad. They were
Let
okay.
me tell you this one. I went over to watch the game with Dr. Heiser and his wife Nancy and friends they had over, and they had a theme because it was in Memphis, so they got ribs and barbecue and brisket from
Parker's.
Like that. It was incredible. There's no way it was better in Memphis. There's no way.
It sounds like it could.
There's no way it was better.
I like Parker's.
It was incredible, and the hospitality I had from the Heisers was incredible, and so I had a fun night doing that, and it was just remarkable. Now that we had a chance to visit a lot because it wasn't really too intense.
The game was kind of over.
Visit.
Yes, we visited a lot.
He visited.
Yes.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Please call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. 50% off your first fertilizer application if you mention the ticket. Again, 402-440-6297. So speaking of the game we went down to watch and cover, it was fun for 5 minutes. Nebraska get off to a very fast start, up 20-13. 5 threes in the early going, 3 for Tominaga, 1 for Mass, 1 for Bryce Williams. It looked good, and then you realize they can't keep this pace up, and A&M can, to the tune of 98 points. How about this? Nebraska, going back to the Illinois game, gave up 58 points in back-to-back halves of the first half of A&M and the second half of Illinois. It was the defense was not existent, and the offense went cold in Memphis.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. It turned into a game plan from the Illinois game. It was just, and now they did shoot well also, but they attacked the rim. They attacked the rim in just crazy fashion. I think Steve said something. I'm not pointing at Steve. I think we talked on Wednesday that the good thing about A&M is they couldn't shoot.
Well, I got some stats for it.
Got some stats for it. What do you got for us, Tim?
I mean, they shot for the year. They were 10th in the SEC in scoring. Okay. They were 10th.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, Bill. They were 10th in the SEC. They shot 39.9% from the field for the season. Bad. That's not good. They shot 28.4% from the 3-point line.
That's bad.
Right. So I don't. Am I supposed to come on the show and say they're good shooters?
Just say potentially.
They were.
They caught a heater.
They did.
Caught a heater.
Yeah, they
A
caught
whole game. How about a whole game heater?
They caught a heater in the last 4 or 5 games. They got going. They changed their lineup. They put, what's the guy's name? How do you pronounce the guy that starts with an O, Jake?
Obeski. It's Obeski, they said on the broadcast.
Obeski.
Yeah. He
started for the first time on March 2nd. So he's only started 5 games. He had 22 points.
He had the final 16 points of the first half for Texas A&M.
I didn't know that.
Just started starting in March.
He had the final 16 points for the Aggies in the first half.
What I thought happened was Tominaga hit those early threes, and you thought, okay, they're off.
Yep.
This is going to be trouble for A&M now because Wade Taylor started hitting threes. It totally canceled it out.
He did.
You're like, okay, well, they got a guy going too. Then they had 2 guys going. Then they had 3 guys going. They had, say again,
Obeski.
And then Tyrese Radford got going. And they were, I don't know, A&M, they just looked like they could beat almost anybody that night to me.
I don't know if UConn could have beat them the way they played that night. Now, A&M lost to Houston in overtime. They played good basketball, 100-95 last night. Houston beats A&M. So they obviously belonged in that matchup and proved they didn't win, but they could have won that game. They went to overtime.
Here's the deal. We always talk about matchups. Fred said it. Could we got a worse matchup? He said, Fred said it. Could we have gotten a worse matchup?
Well, on paper, we thought it was not bad because they don't shoot the 3 ball very well, but they rebound well. It's the fact that, hey, they did the things that they do well, which is rebound and score inside. They did something they don't do well.
They shot it.
Corners. They made 13 threes. Nebraska made 7, we've had games of 13, 14 threes. Nebraska makes 7. 5 of those were in the first 5 minutes, and A&M makes 13.
I mean, Bill, you're right. We should have known something was up because
they were on a heater.
Yeah, because they scored 97 against Kentucky. Yeah. And then they scored 90 against Florida. So
okay. There was a clue. There was a crumb trail. There was something what would be the thing that would make us think they were scoring better? Well, their last 2 games they scored over 95.
No big deal.
Against really good teams.
Against tournament teams.
But during the course of the year, they had some. I mean, they scored 53 against LSU. Yeah. 53. They scored 55 against Auburn. They scored 51 against Tennessee. So they got And then they put Obaseki in the lineup.
But that's shocking. You can go from scoring in the 50s to the 90s. That's a lot.
It's a pretty big leap.
It's a big deal. Not a guy we got an extra 8 points and count on that. No, we got 40 more.
So if you're not watching them all the time, I heard that a lot. What you said, Simple, you said they couldn't shoot. I heard that a lot. But if you don't watch them all the time, it's hard to understand how's that team make a chance. They lost 14 games. This team that lost 14 games.
9-9 in conference play, by the way.
There's never a time if you didn't know who was on what team, and I really don't know. But if they jogged out, A&M did, wearing Kentucky jerseys, you'd be like, yeah, it's Kentucky. You would not even think 1 second.
100.
It was like when you looked at him I'm watching him on the court, and I'm like, ooh, hang on a second here. This looks like
good.
There's a lot of grown men out there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they got to the basket too, a little too easily.
Yeah. It's not a good sign, guys, when the point guard for A&M, Tyrese Radford, he had a double-double in rebounds. 20 points, 10 rebounds, because he would get to the rim. If he passed it off, he'd get the miss, or he'd get his own rebound and put it back up. He was getting to the rim with ease. Now, they had some tough finishes. They finished a lot of tough baskets, but the problem was that they were right there every time. If they didn't shoot a three, they were
quick jumpers,
right by the hoop.
Quick jumpers, tough. I mean,
there was no answers.
The length was unreal on the court. The length was unreal.
They
made every shot difficult.
Yeah, the length, like Solomon Washington blocking a shot with 2 arms up.
Yes,
2 arms up, which you never see.
But I think we
top
had
of the key.
We had 2 or 3 3-pointers blocked,
and
not
tipped. A couple, yeah,
not tipped.
Blocked.
Full palm.
Yeah,
full palm. Ball went backwards. Ball went backwards.
Yeah, it was not. I didn't anticipate that. Now you could have, if you went and watched film. If you went and watched A&M games, which I didn't do, probably should have. I didn't. I watched some highlights. The highlights were good, but I don't know. They hit 13 threes.
I agree. When you look at the points of what they did late, was like, whoa. But the other stuff jumps out even more. 50, 50, 50,
right.
50. They lost, what did you say? Lost 14 games?
14
games.
Lost 14 games.
You don't look like a 14-loss team to me.
It's not like you're saying, like, well, I had to play Kentucky. Well, Kentucky just got bounced out by Oakland.
Right. This is the team. They were 500 in conference play. Kentucky in the same conference loses early. Florida loses early.
A&M's not getting in if they don't win they're probably not getting in the tournament. Think about that. They're not getting in the tournament, and they easily could have beat Houston last night.
Right.
To be almost set to go to the Final Four.
Yep.
Yeah. I was startled watching them during the game. I was like, whoa. This is not what I anticipated. All the threes going in, I didn't anticipate.
Yeah, Wade Taylor was a menace. You're right. The fact that Nebraska got off to such a good start and it was just washed out. You had a 7-point lead, but it was quickly gone because you went cold. They stayed hot.
Yeah.
And Wade Taylor's the reason why. He made deep threes, just quick pull trigger, boom, made it, swish.
Yeah, when they were going in, you thought that it was trouble.
But
then when they got Obaseki going late in the half, you're like, what? Wait a second. They got 2 guys going. Then they had 3 going. Then they got 3 going because Radford got going.
Yep. I think what was disappointing for Nebraska fans, number one, obviously Nebraska was down by double digits most of this game after the start, but it felt like even with that, A&M was hustling more. I'm talking loose balls. A&M was after all of them.
Quicker to them.
Yeah. Just, it felt like they had more of a passion, more of a aggression than Nebraska had the whole game.
And you thought,
how could that happen? You're down by 14 points.
The arena was a 9-to-1 ratio. It was a 9-to-1 ratio fans, Nebraska fans to A&M. So you thought, okay, it feels like a home game.
It did. It felt like a home game.
Yeah.
It looked like it on TV. The crowd looked great. It really did.
Yeah, and the crowd was loud, and you thought, okay, they have an advantage here. They didn't. Yeah. They ain't got to give A&M credit. I mean, you got to give A&M a lot. They're obviously a tough-minded team. I mean, I didn't even
so much back for me though not seeing Buzz in the 3-piece suit.
I agree.
That was like I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that he was he's now a quarter.
I know.
Sip and I were in the rafters, by the way, of this game. The media section was there was some on the floor. We were in the rafters of the arena.
It was beautiful.
So I could tell. I said, Sip, that's not 3-piece suit from Buzz. You knew that though ahead of time.
Yeah, they went away from it because they were losing. They had some losses, and his entire staff wore suits, and he told them, We're not doing the suit thing anymore. We're going away from
it. But they were happy. You're the staff. You're going, oh yeah, you know when he left.
Think about it.
You know when he left the room. Okay, that's fine, coach. Whatever you want. You left the room. They're like, they went crazy.
Absolutely.
They went crazy.
I thought about that.
When you go on the road, especially for like games that if you're going to play 2 or 3 in a row, imagine if you were NC State and they had to win 5 in a row in the tournament. Imagine all of a sudden it's like just hey, pack 5 suits, would you?
Pack 5 suits.
Yeah, that'd be
That's not a problem, is it? We're fine with that.
I'd have to buy one.
I'd have to buy. Where's Sip at? He's at Men's Warehouse. He's at Men's Warehouse right now.
He had to buy
He's getting fitted. He's getting fitted.
He had to buy a new suit.
Get a new tie.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Buzz. Buzz did a good job, though. God, the team was prepared.
Yeah, they were prepared.
If you're Nebraska, in terms of a moral win in a horrible game, A&M had 98 points with like 3 minutes to go and didn't score when they were. You want to keep them below the 3 figures, right?
Yeah.
They get to 100. They were on pace for 120 points at one point in that second half, and I thought they were going to get there.
It was never a game.
The last 5 minutes, they just took the air out of it.
Did they?
They didn't even run their
I wasn't
offense.
watching. I was writing.
They just dribbled it out until the end. They
Really?
still ran. They would take a shot. They didn't just hold the ball and hand it back to you.
They had like 90 points with 7 minutes to go. They could have had 115.
Here's the thing that was, Nebraska really never was a threat in the second half.
No, they never were.
They were down. What was the halftime score? They were down 14.
58-44 at halftime.
And I thought A&M will cool off. And Nebraska can get it to 6 and make it interesting, get the crowd in. Never.
Well, hang on. A&M did cool off for a short span, but Nebraska also made nothing in that time frame. There's like a 2-minute span, 3-minute span where both teams made nothing. Is it that's your chance?
Yep.
Make your run. They're missing, but nope, didn't happen.
Nebraska never cut it to single digits.
No, they did not.
Never.
Second half, nope, never did.
So that's it.
So
the buildup was incredible.
Yep.
So you thought that's what.
Walk us through. Just give us the game was at
5:50, 6 o'clock.
Tip. It's supposed to be a little bit earlier. Just walk us through what's the 5 at 3:20?
Oh God!
Give me the 5. Well, give me.
I could tell.
Jake was out.
I was out.
Yeah.
Let me.
I know he was. I saw the videos. It was incredible.
Let Jake paint this picture.
Exactly.
You're walking back. I went to cover the send off from the Sheraton Hotel.
You did
because we had sponsors. So I went there and got it covered there.
Sponsors. Jake gets sponsorship.
I had so I did that. I wouldn't probably normally go to that. I would have stayed in Beale Street, but I did it for the sponsorship of 1890. Thanks to 1890 for by the way sponsoring the trip. Anyways, you walk to Beale Street about 3:30 after that, and it is walled. It is. Everyone, you can't move down there. You can't move.
What'd you say?
You go to Alfred's. Alfred's is right by the arena. Okay, so Rum Boogie was the alumni meetup place. That
Rum
was also
Boogie.
packed.
What a name for a place. Yeah. That'd be a fun.
So
you guys gonna go Rum Boogie?
Alfred's has a big space inside. It has an outdoor patio and an outdoor patio that's below. So upper and downer, upper and lower patio.
Upper and downer.
And you can't move. It was so packed in there.
Mm-hmm.
All Husker fans. Didn't see a single A&M fan. Any other team.
A lot of that.
It was all Nebraska, and it was glorious. You heard "Go Big Red" chants. Yeah. It was an absolute dream setup. And
so you saw no A&M fans with "We Got Trev" t-shirts.
No, but I did see a few,
Trev, by the way.
A few walked by in the actual Beale Street area, and Nebraska fans just booed them.
What did they boo? What were they booing?
They booed the A&M fans.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they booed. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. It'd be fun. It was also fun to get booed.
Right.
Yeah. It's fun to be
they were
booed.
like, come on, let's go. I can't hear you, A&M fans. Louder. So they handled it well. But Nebraska fans showed up. A&M fans were fun, too.
What'd you say, 9-1, though?
It might be more than that.
Yeah.
12-1.
Okay.
12-1. I mean, there's A&M was,
I don't know where I got 9.
Very limited in there.
Where I got 9.
You're working off the number 10, I think. You're working off of 10.
I was thinking 9,000. I thought 9,000 in the arena, Nebraska fans.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the actual.
That was my guess. 9,000.
Checked tickets.
That would be large.
See, you watch these games, and you've pointed this out.
There was a bunch of horrible games for attendance.
100.
Yes.
And if it wasn't Nebraska playing in that arena, it was a yawn. Like when Houston was playing Lindenwood.
Yeah.
See, the in-state tournament, as you pointed out, it's weird that way. Like, okay, Houston and Lindenwood played after Nebraska, and it was like, I don't know, there's like 2,000 people there.
Yeah. Zero interest in it.
Yeah.
Longwood, you mean?
Yeah. Did I say Lindenwood?
You said Lindenwood.
Longwood. Yeah.
Longwood played Lindenwood. There'd be a bigger crowd.
It'd be a better crowd.
Might be.
More competitive game too, probably.
But it's weird.
It's crazy.
It's weird. God bless Nebraska fans.
Yeah.
But not everybody has that. Kraton went to Pittsburgh. I think Kraton won twice.
I watched the Oregon game. Yeah.
And they had fans there, but they're in Pittsburgh, so it wasn't that loud. Nebraska fans were. That's the killer. Some kid rushed up me at breakfast. He didn't even say hi. It was fine.
Yeah.
He won counseling.
You got your personal space?
He won therapy. He said, sip. It was the sage. I just was walking down to get. Yeah, I was just walking down to get in the buffet.
So you got bum rushed by a fan?
He was nice. He was a nice kid. He was a young guy, and he just was like, sip. The stage was set. What happened? I guess we got guys coming back next year, though.
You're like, hey,
slow down.
I want to eat my breakfast here.
Slow down.
I want to eat my waffle.
But the stage was set. The stage was set.
Yeah. How old?
I would say 25.
Okay, so not a kid.
Oh, I thought,
I think like 10.
I thought this was like an 8-year-old kid or 10-year-old kid.
Well, I'm 50 something. So but it was set. It was kind of a rough deal, actually. When you think about it.
The good news is that the text line never overreacts to anything, right? Never.
Uh-oh.
We have not heard from the text line at all today.
Drumstick chimes in on the text
Drumstick.
line. 464-568-56.
Is he afraid of a wet blanket?
He might be. He says, let's face it, guys. Nebraska basketball will never, ever win a tournament game.
Have we mentioned that they've never won a game?
Still haven't won.
So there was a number that got me more. I think I did some research. I think it was, I wrote it down somewhere. I think it's like 1937 is when the tournament started. Okay. Nebraska's 0-8. The number 8 is way more astonishing. Since 1937, we've only been in it 8 times.
That's so sad.
8 times.
It's pathetic.
85 years or so, and we've been in it 8 times. That's the part
that's astonishing.
That grabbed me.
That's astonishing.
That's the part that said 0-8. I figured like that they're 0-22. No, 0-8.
And someone said like
once every 10 years, Nebraska gets in.
I think Carolina's won like 130 games in the dance.
130.
Yeah, don't go through those.
Nebraska's 0-8, and Carolina's won 130 games in the dance.
Just look at the teams that won in the first round this year. I mean, why Nebraska can't do that?
Oakland won a game.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
a
dance.
good example. Yale
got one.
Yale beat Auburn.
And you can't say, well, they got a great matchup. No, they didn't. They got Auburn.
They got Auburn.
Grand Canyon won a game. James Madison won a game.
What I mean, it's horrifying.
And Josh, I'm sorry, NC State's in the Sweet 16, and they went 4-10 their last 14 regular season games. They got hot at the tournament at the right time. They were 4-10 their last 14 games in the regular season.
I got to admit, I didn't think A&M. I wouldn't have guessed that. At the end we'd be saying, "Ooh, bad matchup." I thought it was an okay matchup. 8-9s usually are pretty good.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of blowouts.
And what also wasn't like, well, they should have been a 4 seed. No, they lost 14 games.
No.
They lost 14 games. They scored 50 points in several of them.
They had some injuries at that point, but now they're healthy. And
that's a big buzz right there for Buzz. I mean, he took a team that lost 14 games and took Houston to overtime.
Yep. It's informative. It shows you that your team can evolve over the course of the season. Yeah. It's also informative that they put that guy that starts with an O in the lineup, and it changed a lot.
Everything.
It changed a lot. It did. But why weren't you starting him before? Now you don't know. You're a coach. Sometimes there's just stuff that we don't know.
And probably the biggest question would be, okay, he didn't start, but was he playing? What were his minutes?
He was averaging about 6 points a game, I think, on the season.
That's a big switch.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, they shifted up their lineup a little bit, but they look good. I mean, that there wasn't a team that athletic in the Big Ten.
Illinois is pretty athletic.
They weren't that athletic.
They're not. I know that's the best comparison.
Yes.
That's the best comparison.
And obviously they'd watched a good amount of film from Shannon. It's like, go to the rim.
Just drive.
Go to the rim.
Hey, Radford drive the hill.
It was just
it was the same game.
Good point.
I'm not sure. I mean, I know they made their threes, which made the difference like that. I'm not sure if I'm Buzz. I'm like, if anyone shoots outside of 3 feet, you're coming off the court.
Second half. I mean, I think I would have told him in the second half, just go to the rim. Don't jack around.
They can't stop you going to the rim. They have no way to stop you. When we come back, more on the dance so far. The upsets, best stories, early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather and no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for the Masters in April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of March, take advantage of fixed-rate financing as low as 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeding inventory online at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
It's Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We'll get back to the tournament in a second. Before that, our segment here is sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids, the largest independent family-owned seed company in the USA. Founded in 1937, Beck's Hybrids provides unrivaled customer service and product diversity for both corn and soybeans, a company founded on the 3 F's, faith, family, and farming. Head over to BexHybrids.com.
It's funny, too, and maybe is it a coincidence? I don't think so. Beck shows up in Nebraska, and all of a sudden, drought's over.
Rain.
Yeah, drought's over.
Rain.
That's
snow.
also what Sonny's doing. He's helping control the weather. He's helping control the weather.
How about that, Sip?
Yeah. Yes. He has control of the weather. That's why you want to. Right now, guys, we're looking at probably our best growing season in the history of agriculture. Get to Beck's. Get to Beck's. Corn and soybeans. Both.
BexHybrids.com.
Oh, they're incredible. I tell you what, get out there. Just take a tour, and they'll take you to lunch also.
Take a tour.
They'll take you to a tour, take you to lunch. And if you're a skateboarder, take a skateboard with you because they have incredible space to skateboard inside that building.
It's by Goner.
The
Goner exit.
The Goner exit. Yes.
Okay, Goner. So that's how many miles west? 20.
Ooh, miles. I don't know. 100 miles? Is that too many?
Oh, it's not 100. Oh, God, no. It's just past Seward.
Okay.
Seward exit.
I don't know.
100 miles.
What the hell,
Put you in Grand Island.
50 miles. I don't know.
Goner, yeah, Goner's probably
45.
Okay.
Is it a billion?
Yeah, is it a billion? It's not a billion miles. It's not. I said, I think a little lower.
Yeah.
Go a little lower.
Like down, you point down.
It's either Nash or Tom Chambers.
It's not that
It's
one.
not that one.
I looked at Tom Chambers and goes,
Also,
it's not that one.
It's hard when there's probably that separation part, maybe because I got landlocked here in Lincoln. But between the three of us, there was probably 400 to 500 text messages. But there's a lot. This weekend, there's a lot.
It had to happen.
Lot of stuff.
It had to happen.
It's like watching yourself die.
Yep.
That came directly from this. That was from the arena.
Yeah,
that was from the arena. The agony.
I'm in agony.
I'm in agony.
I need to mention before we get back to the men's tournament, the women's team, they beat A&M on Friday night. They lose to Oregon State yesterday. The final score 61-51. Scoring did not happen for the Huskers yesterday. They had like 30. They were in the 30s at one point in the fourth quarter late.
Yeah, late.
And they had a nice push to get to 51, but it was not good for Nebraska. Their season ends in the round of 32. Markowski, 4 of 17 shooting yesterday. I mean, the whole team did not shoot well, so it wasn't just her.
Yeah,
They were 21 of 67. They were 4 of 20 on threes yesterday in Corvallis. So
it just appeared that they lost a little mojo with about 10 minutes to go in the A&M game.
Oh,
and they were
up by 17.
Up by 7. They were able to hang on.
Almost blew.
And they got it. There was a gift of all gifts. And what happened with A&M was bizarre. They're up by 1 with 17 seconds. And the lady from A&M just tackled one of Nebraska's. What was it? Was it Jazz Shelley?
I think it was Jazz.
I don't know, but she made both of her free throws. That's what won the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up by 1. Got to DM up. She has her arms around her, grabbed her, and threw her to the ground. And then she went palms up to the ref. Like, what was that? They showed it over, and it was incredible. So they made the free throws, won the game. It was awesome. That was good.
It got one, but lost in Corvallis. 61-51. The women's season is over. Okay, a couple things on the men's side here. You want to mention a couple of things of buffoonery you saw?
Well, I felt so bad. Two things. One, for the Kraton and Oregon game, end of game.
Yes,
they have to foul.
Who's they?
Kraton has to foul. There's 20-some seconds left, and they inbounds the ball to their worst free throw shooter,
Dante.
And then you see Dana's just like, but I'm like,
hold it. Like, what are you doing?
I'm like, but it's like, well, what was the plan? Was they had a freshman taking the ball out?
Mm-hmm.
It was a true freshman taking the ball out.
They didn't have their point guard,
and he just got it entered in.
He was hurt.
Yeah.
But they had timeouts.
I know.
Just take your timeout and say we're gonna get the ball in. It's gonna go to our best free throw shooter.
Yeah, and
they have to foul.
They get to the big guy. What's his name?
Dante.
Yeah, he's 60%.
Dante.
Yeah, he's a 60% foul shooter. Now, I thought Altman, at that point, you're a coach. At that point, he's in a predicament because he can't act too disappointed because he's got a guy walking to the free throw line.
If you watch
his face,
they showed him. He went complete disappointment. Then he went like, "It's okay, we're good."
Exactly.
He came back.
Exactly.
He came back. His head down. He was like,
he grabbed something off the floor.
Off the floor.
I think he just did that to kind of like compose himself.
Because it wasn't good. It wasn't.
Why you throw it to him?
Yeah. Then he looked at the big center.
He's like, yeah,
you got it.
We got it. We're good.
Clanked it left.
Clanked it left. God, that guy was a beast.
By the way, that was Oregon's first free throw attempt of the game.
Of the game with 27 seconds. They hadn't shot one free throw.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Not one single free throw.
I got to say this, Jake. And Bill, I hate it. I know you guys get mad at me sometimes, but that guy worked Kalkbrenner. He worked him.
Oh no, Dante had
He worked him.
28 points and 20 rebounds in that game. He was an animal.
Kalkbrenner's a 7-footer.
I felt so bad for him. Yeah, unbelievable.
You have to realize
He worked him.
the coaching job by Altman. I know they lost the game. I looked at the box score. Oregon had 4 players score total. They had 60 points of their 73 by 2 players.
Right.
Kuznard
Yeah.
and Dante combined for 60 of 73 points.
Kuznar's a guard, like a big guard, like a swingman guard. He's good.
They had 2 starters have no points.
And Kraton's the better team because Kraton has 4 guys that can beat you.
Oh, absolutely. When you're watching the game, you're like, okay, if Oregon pulls this off, there's no way they can win the next another game. We think Kraton could. But anyway, that was bad. And the other one was, if you didn't love they deserve to be in the Sweet 16, and that was Oakland for this story. The coach has been there for 40 years.
Yep, Greg Campy.
40 years. And I also didn't realize this either. I talk about buffoonery. There was one time I was like, all right, man, the Bay Area representing. Nope.
Michigan.
Nope, Oakland's in Michigan. All right. Had no idea. And I'm saying there's 85% had no idea either. That it was in
Michigan.
That was in. Let's go, Bay.
Let's go, Bay.
Let's go. All right, here we go. In your face, Stanford.
For Cali.
Yeah. Hey, San Jose.
Yeah,
you want some of
out
this?
there in the Bay.
No, they're in Oakland.
Who's that 3-point shooter, Jake?
Yeah.
Jack Gohlke.
But tell Bill that stat.
The stat was this, guys.
This is amazing stat.
Jack Gohlke. I'm not sure the final 3-point stats, but he had 8 2-point attempts this entire season in like 170 or 183 point attempts.
Like 183 point attempts.
He wasn't working a lot of like pregame shots from the elbow.
Here's the best stat too.
Elbow.
Hey, work on your mid-range a little bit.
Mid-range jumper.
So in the game they beat Kentucky, of course he hit 10 threes, 0 assists. Take it and chuck it, baby. Give me that ball and I'm hucking and chucking.
But he's a Division II transfer.
Yeah.
He's Division II he would drive to like to Ann Arbor and different places and do Uber Eats. He would deliver food. And Uber. That's how he made money. And
good for him.
It looks like they say he's going to be selling some term life insurance in about a month.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
Oh, there's some great.
He might be the best story so far, though.
The story was incredible. But anyway, in the game, the coaching there was horrible. They've got the ball, and I know he'd probably agree to it. The guy got him to the second round, and that's incredible. He's been a head coach for 40 years. So obviously, it was way more than me. But the last they start too late on the last they have the ball tied. If they score, they're going to the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
And the best 2 players never touch the ball, and they throw it away, and they never even get a shot up.
Ooh.
But the worst part was they had a timeout, so things went astray at about 4 to 5 seconds to go, and just take the timeout and at least we're going to get a chance here. And be just same thing. If you go to the rim, it's hard not to foul now. You can't foul them. If you foul, you're going to lose the game.
Bill, here's the thing. You can't call the timeout from a bench, so it's hard. The players have to do it.
Have to do it.
Yeah. So it's difficult in that situation. It's a scramble. 5 seconds
You think
left.
that the conversation. Hey, FYI, if this thing goes south, timeout.
Right.
You know,
right.
Right. So, and I'm not the basketball coaches. They know 10 times more than me. But sometimes you hear them always talk about on air. They know what they're talking about because they cover basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They always say 8 seconds, 8 to 7.5. That's when you go. Well, if something goes wrong, then you're just out of time. I disagree with that.
So
I'd much rather have them going like at 10 seconds because let's just say you score, and they get the ball and there's still 2.5 seconds. I'm like, okay. That's not great, but let's see if we can stop them. How about that, guys?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I need to update something real quick. I was way off on something. It's even worse for Jack Gohlke. Okay, I got more stat. Okay.
Oh, please.
Here's the stats in Jack Gohlke. Okay, so correct. 4 for 8 this year on 2-point attempts. So 8 attempts.
All right.
He actually attempted 364 threes. We're talking 8 2-point attempts, 364 attempts.
That's incredible.
He made 137.
His head coach said after, he goes, wish you'd shoot it more. So he said, wish you'd get it up there.
That's incredible.
You never see that.
The story was great. I love the coach. I absolutely loved. I wanted Oakland to win so bad. So bad.
I mean, the Bay Area needs it.
The Bay Area
had to have that.
The story.
The Bay Area is beleaguered.
The coach talked about how even his kids wanted to go to Michigan State.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. God, what other good stories?
Well, I mean, you have in the Sweet 16 a rematch of last year's national championship.
Yeah, that's a good one.
UConn and San Diego State will play on Thursday this week. I like Illinois, Iowa State. That's an interesting game. That's
very interesting game.
Illinois has looked very good so far. I mean, they blew out Morehead State and they torched Duquesne. That was never a game on Saturday. The other ones I think of interest, you look at Purdue, Gonzaga. Gonzaga, of course, people thought they might be one and done. They might lose to McNeese. They killed McNeese. That was never a game. Purdue and Gonzaga beats Kansas. And I don't like Kraton, but Kraton, Tennessee is an interesting game also in the Sweet 16.
The games there are some really good games.
Kraton, Oregon was a game you couldn't take your eyes off of.
Double overtime.
Oh, that was fun to watch, wasn't it? It was fun to watch.
You could tell right away in double OT, Oregon was dead. They had no legs left. Kraton was still alive and well. Oregon had no energy left for that second overtime.
That's probably true. Their point guard was out. They're not deep, so you're probably right. But yeah, Kraton, Oregon. There have been a lot of bad games in the tournament. There's been some good ones, and Kraton, Oregon was an incredible game. I thought it was one of those games where it seemed like every possession was big. Where you thought,
that was a game you watched every second.
Couldn't take your eye off.
You couldn't. It was, and the back and forth was unreal.
Mm-hmm.
The back and forth was just unreal.
It was unreal because you thought, okay, this team's got a little surge. Nope. Here comes Kraton. Here comes Oregon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great theater.
There were unfortunately a lot of blowouts in the round of 32.
There were a lot.
Purdue, after Bill said they were going to lose to Utah State,
I sent a photo out. Utah State up by 4. I said this one's over.
And the final score was Purdue 106-67. They won by 4.
Went on
this one's over.
It was over, all right.
It was over, just the other way.
So that's those are the. And I think also
there's some interesting ones. Iowa State, Illinois.
I said that one.
Did you? I'm sorry.
The other one,
I missed that.
This is
Duke, Houston.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's interesting. Real interesting.
How about NC State? Kevin Keats was on the hot seat before they won the ACC tournament. Now he got an automatic 2-year extension because they won the ACC tournament, and then
we went over
16.
$400,000 he got for winning the tournament, and then the NCAA bid another $100,000 bonus. So he's had a 5, and then I guarantee there's a bonus in there too for the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
100.
Just raking it in.
Probably a pretty sizable. That's probably a $250,000.
You should come to Lincoln now and do what? What's he do?
Do the radio show with us?
No, or just go to the various people that know how to manage money.
And the tax-free app.
Mid-Plains Advisors.
Should
go there.
We'll send them an email.
Send them a brochure.
Yeah. Song of the day is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of March, take advantage of fixed-rate financing as low as 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeding inventory online at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough?
Never feel like an
if
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day. That's for you, Husker fans, after the losses to Oregon State and Texas A&M. Heartache tonight for Nebraska basketball fans. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Okay, there's a fun exercise we can do here.
What's that?
I like doing this with the Eagles. Which Eagle is singing?
Ooh,
Which Eagle?
that's Fry, isn't it?
Good job. Oh, my God. That is really good.
I could sense
Glenn
it.
Fry.
Glenn Fry.
That's really good. That's Glenn Fry on lead vocals.
You knew that? Or
If
you
there's-
researched
I had to
it?
look- I had to look
If
it
there's
up.
one band you wish that no one would ever die and could play forever, I think I would pick the Eagles. I think I would.
They're going to be at
I think I would pick the Eagles.
For their what, fourth send-off tour?
Fourth send-off tour.
No, we're done
No.
again. Nope, not done
I
yet.
think they're going to be at the CHI.
But we're missing some people. We're down Eagles.
We are down some Eagles.
We're down some
Yeah,
Eagles.
we're down some Eagles.
You
Eagle
got
down.
that. That was impressive that you got that. I don't think I
I
could have got it without looking it up. Glenn Fry on lead vocals. You never go wrong with the Eagles. I was really worried about your song because we came back from Memphis and the music's so good there. Anywhere you go, the music sounds really good.
I played it for Nebraska fans who are having a heartache right now. That's what it was.
Heartache tonight.
Heartache tonight.
It was quite a heartache. I don't even like thinking
Still
about
is a heartache right now.
Yeah, I don't even like thinking about it.
But you have to.
Poor Jake. I mean, Jake was. Yeah, I saw it. I didn't even want to look over. I had to work, so I was right down the road.
So you're like this, go.
So Sip is probably he's 6 seats down from me. I'm just sunk like I'm just back here.
I was like this.
He was. I was back here.
You know, I just
the whole second half. I came in.
I can't get emotionally into it because I'm working.
You're working.
I'm just.
Jake, was it like you and me sitting together at the Kraton game?
Yes,
very much like that.
Yeah, I just couldn't even.
We didn't have the superstars though.
No, it was very. Yeah, Bill saw that already in the Kraton game. It was the exact same response.
That's right. It's bad.
Just
I wish people could see that. More people. Oh, you never go wrong with the Eagles, so I'm not giving you a bad score. I love the Eagles. I love that song. I've heard it. I don't know. I've heard it probably 7 million times.
Yeah, it's a high number.
Yeah, but I like it. I always like it. I would never turn it off, and I think it would be a good walk-up song.
Ditto.
I would never turn. I can go flat 9.000076.
I'll take that.
Solid. I'm going to go with a 899999999.
Good score.
Almost the same.
Yes.
You were under some pressure today.
Yeah, you were under pressure and you nailed it. I knew
delivered.
every word. It was fun. It's simple nailed. It's walk-up music also.
I thought Jake might botch it because he had such a rough.
Yeah, I did. I was expecting. Yeah, I was. I love ballad.
Forgot song day today. Didn't do it. I did it. Made it happen. We got to guess Josh's score.
Not good.
6-4.
Yeah, good range. I'd say 5-7.
I'm gonna go 5-3. 5. Josh, it's a great song. What's
Josh? I wonder what.
Wake up, Josh.
No what?
No bass. He says.
No bass.
Mm.
No chorus. No. I don't know.
Chords. Was he saying chords? I don't know what he's
I heard some good guitar in there. Though.
Yeah, there's some guitar in there.
Yeah.
Josh, what are you
It's
listening
the
for?
Eagles. Oh, no Eagles.
Whoa, we'll
Ooh.
okay, Bill. Okay,
Bill, you take care of
Yeah,
this.
we'll see what happens in break. Yeah. We'll see what
Josh
happens.
Why would you say
Josh
that?
is a black guy now. All of a sudden, what happened?
I don't think. We had this conversation with him once. He believes the Eagles are a little too countrified. Well,
that's a bad take.
Yeah.
Okay, Josh
They're the
can't be
Eagles. Yes.
Josh can't be perfect, but it's okay.
His hair can be. But
Yeah, he's got good hair. Well, before we get to Bill's Thrills, let's do a quick legal ID on this fine Monday morning.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, it is time now for Bill's Thrills. Here we go on a Monday.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
There's going to be bonanza.
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to make you a bunch of money. Bill, the floor is yours on this Monday.
I appreciate that. I also appreciate the cash cows.
They do, yeah. You should.
Steve brought up a really good point that we should be sending out some flyers or pamphlets.
Or brochures.
A brochure to these coaches that are doing very well right now.
Making money.
Getting bonuses. And what do you do with the bonus?
Fred.
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll do that. I'll send your stuff to Fred.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll send your stuff to Fred right away to get that Hoiberg doing well. And Amy. Both got big extensions. That's a chance for them
to
be able to shine. Lock in, Steve.
I'm locked.
Okay.
All right. I am.
There's the flip. Saw the flip.
Oh, I missed it.
It was a good flip.
So we're talking about teachable moments today. Teachable moments in football that also is going to translate. So I'm going to take you back in time.
Please.
This is for coaches. This is Utah versus USC Vegas Bowl, Las Vegas Bowl in 2001.
I love it.
I'm coaching at Utah.
And you're in the Vegas Bowl.
In the Vegas Bowl on Christmas Day. The Saga Bowl.
Was it the Saga Bowl, really?
Yeah, that was Yes, that was the game. That was the game at the time. Sega didn't make it very long.
You're playing USC.
Playing USC, Pete Carroll's first year.
Whoa.
Christmas Day. It was awesome. Storyline was great. Oh, it was the whole thing, the fight on and the whole deal. So anyway, we play and they've got on their roster at the time, they have 3 NFL quarterbacks. It's Leinart, Castle, and Carson Palmer. 2 of them won the Heisman. Like that. Troy Polamalu is on that team. Off that team, there was I think there was 28 NFL players. Anyway, we win the game, Utah, 10-6.
Whoa.
They rushed for 1 yard. They rushed for 1 yard. They had 151. It was a complete ass kicking up front. We just mass kicked ass. We rushed for 238 yards, something like that. They had 1. They rushed for 1 yard. So it was just a complete.
Who's your head coach?
Whooping up front. McBride.
It was McBride.
Ron McBride at the time. Anyway, what a great night. They stayed at Caesar's Palace. We stayed at the Golden Nugget down in Old Vegas. That's where we got sent to. Mountain West. You're down at the end of the strip, way down there. We couldn't even see the strip. You couldn't even see it. They were USC. It was rolling down there.
The Old Vegas is fun.
Old Vegas.
You like the hotel?
I did. I'll be honest with you. If I had my choice, I'd do the Nugget every time.
Really?
I loved it. So anyway, after that, a couple weeks later, I'm in San Diego Marriott recruiting. I run into Nick Holt, who's the linebacker coach for USC. He was like, "Thank you. We learned a lot from this.
Really?
We thought we were pretty cool. And then we found out that we weren't even close to where we needed to be."
Wow.
And so my point on that is,
thank you,
is that I think that translates over right now to Fred and basketball. I think they saw what the team they had to play on in the first round.
Yeah.
And I think they're going "Hey, listen, we're really good. We built ourselves into the Big Ten really good. We finished 3rd in the Big Ten. But if we want to advance on to be a Sweet 16 team and that, what do we have to look like and what do we have to be?" And I think that's something that comes up when you
100.
You learn so much as a coach. That happens to you every year. You learn so much as a coaching staff. Okay, what did we just see? It would be no different in football. Say it was this year, where you said, "Okay, we were better than these teams." We also realized in football that we're not very far off at all from on the west side. Lose to Iowa, who was the champion. It had tie game with 30 seconds to go. Wisconsin
should have beat them.
So all those things you have set. But then when you played Michigan,
shouldn't have beat them.
Then you look at it and you say, so when you're building your team, that's what you have to look at, and it comes in sections. It doesn't come overnight.
No.
But I just remember that statement from
very interesting
from Nick Holt, the coach, being like, "Hey, we thought we were ready to go for what we thought we had to get to, and we weren't even close. A Mountain West team lined up with better dudes up front on both sides of the football."
So Fred's maybe having a little bit of that conversation, and it looks like he's going to add 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, and they'll add some guys, but when that game was over,
3 or 4,
there wasn't a time when you said, we just had to play more zone and we'd have been fine. We had to do this more. No, it's we have to be mass kicks ass. When I looked at that team from A&M, that's what they were.
Yeah. So what do you do if you're Fred? You got to go get a big, right? It looks like they got it. You're probably going to get Rink back, but I'm saying a more athletic big.
You need big bodies, obviously.
Rink's not an enforcer.
Right. This isn't like a surprising one, but you're looking at your roster, you look at your team, and you say, we've got all these good pieces. Now, how do we add to the pieces?
They're going to try.
It's not eliminate, hey, this guy can't do it.
Right.
There's no one on the Nebraska team that you don't want back.
No, you want all those guys back.
But then what do we need? We need more 3-point shooters, or do we need more mass?
I think both. I think you could use a shooter.
You always have to have a shooter. Yes, I agree. But mass is the part that never changes.
No,
some days you just don't shoot well.
Right.
And if you're 6'9", and also I know
you can break the backboard.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had Dante on this team from Oregon.
Yeah,
that guy was a beast.
Yes,
absolutely.
Also,
I don't know. Yeah,
A&M also, they were thick.
They were thick.
They were tall, but they also had some mass. I mean, you watch. Why is North Carolina State where they're at? Mass. They're 290 pounds.
That's a big boy.
Yeah,
DJ.
That's really good. So anyway, all I'm saying was there's teachable moments, and everyone as coaches, we've all been through them. We go backwards and just go, hey guys, we are not fast enough. Hey guys, we don't have enough in the trenches. Hey, we don't have enough of this. And it's like, if we ever want to get there, that's what we have to have. If you think that they didn't change, just go back and look at the change of what the offensive linemen were like at Nebraska in the late 80s and what they were like in the 90s when they made their run. They're a mass kicks ass again. And Coach Osborne made adjustments. Remember, he was a drop back throwing quarterback coach.
Ferragamo,
Hum. Those were his guys.
Yeah.
And then they
Sorely.
And they started playing Tom Sorley. Incredible. When they started playing the Oklahomas and that athletic quarterback,
right,
they started seeing the problem of every down of 11-on-11 football. Then what happened? Made a change. Went
to the option game.
We went to the option game and let the quarterback be another viable ball carrier.
And they got Turner.
Yeah,
got Turner from Dallas.
Yeah, and that's where everything. They turned into the scoring explosion.
Yep.
At that junction,
Gil clicked.
Yeah. So everything is a teachable moment that changes as you evaluate where you were, and then you just look at the others and just go, okay, what are they? I guarantee you. Do you think UConn has some size?
Oh,
yeah.
They got a 7'2" guy.
Klingon.
Yeah.
Klingon. Yeah.
Klingon.
He's the man.
Is it Don Klingon?
It is.
That's a great name, by the way.
It is.
That's good, Bill. And you're right. Just it's teachable. It's informative. That game for Nebraska. It's informative. You probably got to get a little better athletically. You need a little more athleticism, size, and athleticism.
And you're on a great path. Like I said,
you're fine.
You just finished third in the Big Ten.
Right.
So it's not like one of those we just go, guys, we have to change everything.
Right. No.
But just what one or two players can do for you at that time.
Yeah. And it's happening right now. The portal in college basketball opened on Monday. Not this Monday, last Monday. And they're looking. Fred said they are already dedicated to finding, and he didn't say a number, but if you look at who they're losing and then who they're probably going to lose, you're looking at 3 or 4 new players.
That is Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors, Hour 2. Next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the pursuit of justice for those that have been injured. My name is Eric Hagan, attorney with Liberty Law Group. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call 877-42-LIBERTY. Our detail-oriented trial attorneys are committed to the highest quality legal representation. At Liberty Law Group, we will fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Once again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Mosaic is a nonprofit, whole-person healthcare organization that embraces God's call and relentlessly pursues opportunities that empower people with diverse needs to live their best lives. Mosaic in Southeast Nebraska, serving Lincoln and Beatrice, would like to invite you to their monthly Discover the Possibilities tour events. Events are held on the third Wednesday of every month and are a great way to understand Mosaic's mission. To RSVP, please contact Melindy at 402-429-0088 or visit mosaicinfo.org/Southeast Nebraska.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: a chance of rain expected throughout the day. See falling temperatures with a high around 52. Tonight, a chance of wintry mix and blowing snow possible. See a low around 23. And tomorrow, a slight chance of snow in the morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny and windy. High around 36. I'm meteorologist Kyle Collector for 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location open up end of February at 70th and Pioneers. And what in the world does Steve Schindler have for us today, Bill?
For the people. Thrifting for the people. It's not junk stock. It's bank stock.
Bank stock.
Bank stock. You know, they have the junk stock, whoever brings their stuff, their crafts, and they've turned old junk into things. That's what's going on today at the Kraton Bank. Bank stock. And so everyone from around the state will be bringing their items.
What kind of items?
It's just everything you could be. Things made out of old barn doors. Things. It's just incredible old stuff that's put together. So it's not just a flea market. We just bring in like, hey, old stuff. This is stuff that's been crafted. It's a little higher end flea market.
High-end flea market
in Kraton. In Kraton today.
High-end flea market.
High-end, I like that.
And so they've also expanded out into the parking lot where the skating rink was. There's going to be a lot of stuff. You can't fit everything into just the into just the bank there.
So they're people rolling stuff in right now.
It's rolled in right now and roped off. And guess what? Guess what it costs to get in? Nothing. Free. Just come on in and enjoy.
Daddy would do.
There'll be several food trucks there. So there's a lot going on. Oh yeah, he's got food trucks. Food trucks and live band. Have a live band. Yeah, have a live band.
A carnival.
Bank stock. Yeah, bank stock.
Bank stock
in Kraton.
Is he calling it bank stock?
It's calling it bank stock. Yeah, it's calling it bank stock.
This could really catch on.
Instead of junk stock, it's bank stock.
See, bank stock could catch on. You maybe get some big name bands.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yes.
Huey Lewis.
Be nice.
Huey's coming to
get the news.
Bank stock.
Be nice to get the news. Yeah. Huey playing. That'd be incredible.
Well, he's playing bank stock.
I don't know if we get a Huey, but we'll check.
We got to try.
We'll try.
You won't get if you don't try.
We'll send him a fax.
Who are we talking?
We'll send him a fax.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about shit.
Yeah,
Shindy can
do a lot of stuff done.
I guarantee he probably knows you.
He probably knows Huey.
A close friend.
So bank stock. God, that's a tremendous idea, and they're expecting a throng of people.
He thought there'd be 4,000 to 5,000. Pretty good. Yeah, that's why they have 9 food trucks. Yeah, 9.
All different kind of foods.
Yes, and they have a couple. They have different kinds of bands. One band's going to play my 2 favorite kinds of music: country and western.
That should be fun.
Will Street Legal be there?
Street Legal will not be there. Street Legal will not be there.
Come on.
That would have been incredible to have them there.
Are they together?
They're right now. They're inactive.
Oh no!
Yes, they're inactive.
Come on.
If Street Legal was there, I would not have done the show today. I'd have been up there. Yes, I'd have been at the.
Couldn't you do the show? Then go up there.
Yeah,
because you can get to Kraton in
2 hours plus.
No, that's about the same as Goner, I think.
100 miles. Goner. Yeah,
Jake says 100 miles.
I forgot how long the drive was. I kind of got lost.
I was like, wait a second. Anyway, okay, that's a big day in Kraton.
Bank stock.
Big day. Yes.
So thanks to Steve Schindler, Midwest Bank.
Yeah.
464-5685. Call or text as always. We've already lamented enough in the first hour about Nebraska basketball season being over. They lose, of course, 98-83 to A&M. The women's team also out with a 61-51 loss to Oregon State yesterday. But there is some good news on the horizon because spring football begins today.
Yes.
Right,
yes.
Spring don't lose in the spring.
You can't lose in the spring. This is football you can't lose.
Yeah. So, no, they started today. They were originally supposed to start tomorrow. But Keith Mann informed me yesterday.
Mann bumped it up.
Yeah.
Keith told us better to go on Monday, so he made a change.
He shared the news with me that it wasn't really news, but they changed it. So they start today. The stadium was all lit up. The guys are there. They had their first workout today, and then they go up till April 27th, which is then that's the spring game. You guys get that concept?
Yes, I get it. I put it together.
I'm doing math here real quick. Hang on.
At the end of the spring, they have a kind of a shindig.
Get together.
A
get together.
Yeah. Now, spring games are. I don't want to get off topic here, but I noticed like Minnesota's not having a spring. The spring games are kind of going away.
Yes, and I'm a fan of it.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. It's so much. It's nice to have, but right now, remember when they used to have them all on national TV.
Yes.
Last year, the only team that got national was Colorado. They're the only ones. Everybody else is kind of like uninterested because it's so hard with your numbers and everything in general to field the teams that they have. Remember when Nebraska used to have the big, spring games and it'd go forever? They had like 260 guys on the team.
Right.
So linemen, how many you got? Mild had like 38.
Yeah.
So
get guys reps.
We get guys reps. It's awesome. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
When all of a sudden you're like, how many guys have? We'll get 9.
Right.
Got 9 healthy. How are we going to play a spring game?
Right.
How are we going to do this? And so
100.
It's nice to have, but then you're at the same time also where at that juncture, your other scrimmages matter more.
Right.
When you get to April 27th, when you get to that very last day of scrimmage of that, you're like going, all I really care about is one thing. Health.
No injuries
today. We don't need our starting left tackle at this juncture.
It's interesting because at Nebraska, it's like a festival.
It's
almost.
a festival. And so, and you get all the fans, but when you do that, then you have to play.
Right.
So you have to play.
If you're the head coach in Nebraska, you can't come out and say, we're not having a spring game.
No, I agree with, 100%.
Yeah, but I understand the other side of it. Somebody just said it to me yesterday. They're going away. And I was like, oh, they're not going away here. I mean, it's not going to go away in Nebraska.
I enjoy it. And I'd be promoting like crazy. I know Scott Miller's promoting it, being the liaison of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Future mayor.
Yeah, future mayor and
Maybe
governor.
Yeah.
Yes, and so Scott's promoting because it brings millions of dollars into Lincoln on a April 27th day, which is very, very cool. I like to tie it into a bigger concert festival or something like that. And that would be great.
So, yeah, I mean, people going to watch the quarterbacks, right? I mean, not much talk about Raiola at all.
Now
at this point. I suppose there will be.
Basketball's over now. Okay, we can focus on football now.
Yeah. But yeah, no media availability till Thursday. So there'll be 3 practices in. There's not much you can ascertain.
What do you get to see on Thursday? Do you get to see?
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we do get to see like 30 minutes.
30 minutes of practice.
So you can instruct me what to go see. I think what I've
keep
learned
an eye
from
on
you-
this.
Well, this is what Bill always says: go watch the linemen. Right?
I always say that.
Yeah,
So
go watch the linemen.
Go watch the O lineman. Go watch the D lineman. That's what I'm going to watch. That's where Mass kicks ass. Stick with it. Stay with it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I think they're a little. I think they're in good shape on the D line. I think they need a little depth on the O line. So I'd be watching some of the backups to see if that guy.
Yeah, just see what the number. Who's there?
You know, like Ruquan Buckley moved over.
That's
He moved over
interesting.
to the offensive line. Yeah. What does Ruquan look like? I don't know if he's a guard or a tackle. What would you say? Guard.
I would say guard. Yes, Coach Raiola has a plan for him. But I would, if I
would say guard.
I'd say guard. Yes,
He looks like a guard. So now this is what Rule said. Matt Rule is the second-year head coach. This is going to be an unbelievably competitive spring ball, and this is what caught my attention. If we've done one thing well, we've put a lot of talent on the roster. Now he said much of it's young talent. Okay, a lot of talent on the roster. Manageable schedule, or you could call it an easy schedule, at least in the context of the Big Ten. So they shouldn't go 5-7 again. And I just think he's setting the tone. We shouldn't go 5-7 again. It should be better.
Yeah,
they got talent.
I said the first thing we always talk about is your team, but I've always look at when you talk about success. The one I've always started with is the schedule.
You always do.
Schedule for Nebraska.
The schedule is very, 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 very favorable for Nebraska.
Yes, it
for
is.
how things start.
5 of 6 of the first games in Lincoln.
So it should be a tremendous start. You should be wrapped up. But I think it does. I know Nebraska fans would be very much enthused to get for a bowl game. Has been 6 or 7 years. Correct?
7 years.
So with that I understand that part. I believe that the ceiling should be much higher and will be much higher.
I think he has set the tone. 5-7 is not good enough. Starts probably with the quarterback conversation. You don't know how it's going to shake out. Just 3 scholarship quarterbacks.
That's very unique.
Yeah, 2 true freshmen,
and because the 2 are here, and so they're not waiting on one more to come in. So it'll be interesting, if they try to add someone or what they do, because it's a very young. They have 2 true freshmen.
2 true freshmen,
and Harburg, who started 4 or 5 games.
He was 5-3.
8 games. I don't know that many. Okay.
Yeah, he was 5-3. He's a junior, but he's not. I don't think he's 21 yet.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is where it gets sort of interesting in my mind, and Rule didn't address this, but he said they need a ton of reps. He said we will take more reps than we have ever taken before to get them ready. So now the question is, how many of those are without a green jersey on?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do there? I mean, are you keeping green jerseys on them all the time?
You know what? I don't know.
What would you do?
But it'd be hard with just 3. It'd be very hard with 3 to do that. So I don't know
to take them off.
Yeah.
You can turn them loose a lot.
Yeah, you can get a lot of good reps in though.
With the green on.
With the green on, you still get a lot of good full speed reps. I've always felt that sometimes in the spring ball, sometimes you manufacture too much of. Sometimes it's like just put the ball down, just let them play. Just let them play. Just put it down and go. Let's go.
Rules that way.
Yeah, I like this. Just playing football at some point in time really matters to understand situational football, down and distance, effort, all the things, how we get lined up, what's going on.
Rules that way. Yeah. Rules that way. And he says that kids nowadays are that way. They just want to play. I mean, he was talking about like line drills in basketball. Kids don't want to do line drills. They just want to play. They want to play. So, but you only have 3 scholarship quarterbacks. So I don't know if you turn them loose or not. I don't know. I'm not coach. I don't know how you do it. My inclination would be to turn them loose. But then when somebody gets hurt, what were you doing? Sipple's right in the column.
Yeah.
Why were you turning him loose? You only got 3. So you can't.
Yeah, that's always a constant battle.
You can't worry about it.
But you just want to be able to get as many reps you can. You hope the big situation is, I don't know what their total numbers are. That'd be a thing I'd want to know.
What's that?
If you can count, Steve.
What's that?
Tell us the number of players that are in uniform.
that
are available. That helps you know, especially big bodies. There'll be plenty of receivers to get 11 out there, plenty of running backs, all those positions. But
DBs
to be able to figure out if you can have, hey, I'm sure they will always have 2 Skellies going at one time, 2 teams going. All those things matter. That's when he talks about reps. It's how can you get more reps during the period of time, and that means having other units. You know, so like in Nebraska back in Coach Osborne's day, there was 4 stations going at one time. That meant 4 team stations. That's why they got so many reps.
It was incredible to watch, Jake.
I wish I could have seen it.
It was.
The rotation was incredible.
Just magical.
Yeah.
They had like 3 stations going in the stadium usually, and then 1 outside, right?
We would have 4 in the station going.
Okay, 4 in the
and
stadium.
they would rotate through. Give you an example. My first spring, I was with Frank and the running backs. So all of a sudden, when they came around to me, at that time it was like at tailback was like Scotty Baldwin, Mickey was the quarterback, whoever the ones were, and they came to my station. I was running the 1 offense, and then they went to the next station. Then all of a sudden, I had the 4 offense.
You had your Sanders belts on,
and you have at that time. Yes, they're very comfortable, shockingly comfortable.
So they just whip them through,
and yet every station had an exact. Well, off the side, so these would be coming off the sideline, like at the 50-yard line. Well, what kind of station is that? That's an inside run station.
Yeah.
So you're not getting the ball down the perimeter in different areas like that. But everyone, it was
like a machine.
It's like in your script.
Jake, it was like a machine.
And you followed your script. It's like, hey, you have like 14, 15 plays, and all of a sudden,
yep.
And then you
100.
rotated. The next guys came over. You had the play calls.
Yep.
They had the defense. And then the next spring, I moved to defense, and I would be in the south end zone. It was me and Jack Pierce had the defense, whatever. So at some point in time, we had the 4s. Then we had 3 shirts. We had the golds, the greens, like that, and the black shirts. So you had all. So sometimes, like I said, it'd be me coaching. Me and Jack had the black shirts.
You'd be coaching Peter, Wistrom,
all those guys, whoever came through, at the time, would be 1.
Hey, it's interesting, Jake. Here's what's interesting about it. So you see that I saw it because Osborne was. I'm not.
Farley, you remember the 4 stations, don't you?
Osborne would let us see the last 15 minutes of practice, us, the media, but then we'd start coming with 30 minutes left in the practice. And then it was 45. Then it got to be almost an hour. And then he'd come over and say, "Oh, you guys are here a little early." and we'd have to knock it back to 15, but then pretty soon it would grow back. So I saw a lot of practice. And then what else I saw, Jake? So I saw that, and then I saw it change as the roster got smaller. And you saw 1 station, and you saw like George. I'm sure George Darlington has had the conversation with you, Bill. Then you saw a lot of guys standing.
A lot of guys standing around.
And when Osborne was the coach, Jake, you didn't see guys standing. There's nobody standing. I mean, literally nobody standing. Only guys that were hurt.
Yeah. And then it went to in the fall when it went to game prep time. There'd be inside run going on, and there'd be 7-on-7 simultaneously.
Yep.
And on the offense, they were doing the same thing. So it was still 4 stations. It was still, we always had some
constant activity.
Always had some good on good.
Like that.
But constant activity. And you were going, it was literally impossible to watch the film. We'd get together on, say it was like Friday mornings, and we'd want to watch the film from the day before. And now the day before, really, it was like a Thursday practice. It was more just black shirts and then the gold shirts. The green shirts didn't get many reps. They had some in there. I remember Coach Osborne would come in on Friday morning, say we're on the road, we're going to Oklahoma State. They'd be like, "All right, can we just we can't. I can't watch all these. Just pull up the. I want to watch some defense. I want to watch the black shirts. I want to watch the defense because you even as a staff, you couldn't watch it all. The number of reps throughout the day, it was insane.
It'd take you all day to watch.
It was insane. I can remember the first time I went through and I graded them all. Then I met with Frank Solich to do a Saturday practice, and we had a Saturday scrimmage and to grade it. It was like 4.5 hours.
Yep.
It went forever.
Do you know how many March Madness games I missed because of those Saturday scrimmages?
They would go forever.
Oh, I'd be working till 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, there'd be 14 fullbacks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tom would run 200 plus plays.
Yes.
It was incredible.
Yes.
It was longer than hell, though.
There'd be guys just laying around on this side like that. They'd be done. They'd be done for over an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And they were still, what do we have left? Well, just got to knock out these last 88 plays.
Yeah, Jake, and in this place, the fans, they want to know what the 4-string fullback's doing. I mean,
so I want to know.
I can't leave. I couldn't.
Do you remember when they used to post the depth chart?
Yeah, there's 12 guys.
With the little dash in between. Yeah. It would be like ones. It'd be dot, 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 right, dot, dot. And there'd be like tailbacks. There'd be like 14 tailbacks.
14 tailbacks.
And Fullbacks, same way. It was insane.
And people memorized it.
They memorized. They knew exactly what they were, and they just go like, okay, let's see. There was 22 guys playing safety, and he was 16th. All right, man. All right. The kid from Ravenna's moving up.
All right. Progress.
Progress.
Depth chart. There we
The
go.
numbers it was insane and how they were listed. And it came in the paper, Journal Star, World Herald, and you just went through it in
mainly
detail.
the Journal Star.
Mainly the Journal Star. Steve covered it mostly.
Yeah, that's right. So spring ball begins today. We will have some access to that on Thursday. And Sip will
Yeah,
cover it.
access Thursday. I'll watch the bigs.
Watch the mass.
Yes.
What else would I
I
watch?
want total numbers. I'd like to know total numbers.
I think, Bill, I'll double check it, but I'd say in the 130 to 135 range.
Okay. That's high for spring.
Okay, maybe it's not that.
That's high.
Count
Keith,
them out.
man, chime in.
How many people?
Privately.
Help us out.
Keith listens to the show.
I saw Keith on Friday.
How
in
did he
Memphis.
look? Was he tan?
He
What
was
do you
tan.
think?
He was walking
Yeah.
to the arena. I was walking to the hotel.
Did you guys fist bump?
I did fist bump.
Did
Yeah,
you?
we had a fist bump. Yes, absolutely.
Keith was
He
helping with basketball.
He was going to get details.
I'll
Yes, he
tell you
was.
something about Keith. He knows a lot about hoops because he's been on that scores desk for literally like a quarter century.
Forever.
Yeah.
Like a quarter century.
Before I get to break, and Bill's gonna get out of here. He's gonna get somewhere.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
he does. First Rate Ag. Time for First Rate Ag in Holdridge. They're a full-service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. Been around for 25 years. You got to reach out to firstrateag.com or call 308-995-8327.
They're in a blizzard right now, which is awesome. That's what you want is a blizzard this time of year. So that's
Precipitation.
Precipitation overrules everything in agriculture. We want the moisture. So we've hit that, and then we got. Is it second rate?
No.
What rate is it?
It's the first rate, of
rate
course.
ag, and they are killing it out there. As soon as this stuff melts, they'll be right back out in the fields, spreading some stuff around. Fertilizer. Nitrogen.
It's important.
Nitrogen's going.
You're learning.
I learn a lot about it. I do.
You got
He's an expert
Do you have
now.
a brochure? I have a brochure from them. Yes.
He reads it all the time.
I remember I used to go if you're gonna go like on a vacation in Minnesota, they'd send you a brochure.
Brochure.
And
They
you look
absolutely
through it
did.
you look at it 100 times.
Yep.
Now you just click.
We're going to Minnesota. Come on, Mom.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
I gotta go.
All right. First Rate Ag, 308-995-8327. Ask for Parker or Chris. We'll see Bill tomorrow. We will talk more about a couple new coaches in college basketball.
Okay.
Break it down next. An early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
How do people feel about getting Big Fitness Energy at Planet Fitness for $1 down and $10 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster! That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you'll get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $1 down, $10 a month.
Deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the perfect place to watch the NCAA tournament from the round of 64 all the way to the championship. Bring your friends and family in to enjoy Tanner's delicious hamburgers, chicken lips, and daily specials, and wash it down with one of their tons of options of beers. You'll never have an issue finding the game, as there are TVs everywhere throughout the space. So get in early, grab your spot, and settle in for a day of NCAA tournament basketball at Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We have not given a couple of shout-outs. People need shout-outs so far. How about the Mark Manning and the Husker wrestling team?
Yes.
5 All-Americans on the Husker wrestling team. That was second most in the nation this year.
That is a good number.
So a very nice season for Mark Manning's wrestling squad as they perform very well. Again, 5 All-Americans is awesome.
Yeah, that's serious.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Just behind Penn State, who, by the way, won the title before even the last day even happened in the wrestling tournament. So
you always have a little trouble with your wrestling.
I'm not
with
great.
your wrestling terminology.
I know.
It's okay. Jake?
I wrestled 1 year in middle school, and I won one match. My final match. I said, I'm not going winless. So I put up 13 points in this kid. I had a bloody nose out of it, too.
Takedown after takedown?
A lot of takedowns. I said, there's no way in the world I'm going to lose.
Just chasing around the mat? Just chasing around the mat?
7th place in Columbus. Yeah. I was
in my town?
In your city. I got 7th place.
It wasn't against a kid from Columbus, though, was it?
Ooh.
No.
That I can't. It
No.
might have been. Oh,
No.
It could have been.
I don't believe it.
Yeah. I turned up the aggression. Said, I'm not. Listen, I suck at wrestling. I'm going to win.
You okay, now wait a second. Now you won one match in wrestling and you're the 4th-string quarterback.
I got screwed in the quarterback race. Wrestling,
did.
I just sucked at wrestling. I would never defend
You got
myself.
screwed.
My whole goal in wrestling was to not get pinned. So no one's going to pin me. I would just squirm around. I would squirm. I would never be the aggressor. So you're not going to pin me, though. I'm going to get pinned like twice the whole year. I lasted all 3 rounds. 3, but
I'm going to squirm around and I'm not going to get pinned.
That's I can
All right,
confirm.
that's good.
Good.
What
Okay.
else? What is the other shout out?
Oh well, this is more of information. Troy Dannon, the new AD, will speak tomorrow.
Yes.
Press conference tomorrow.
Yeah, there'll be a pretty big to-do in the stadium. Yeah, I don't know, 7th floor, 6th floor, wherever they do those big to-dos. Like, remember when Frost was introduced?
Yes.
Probably be something like that. And then they're going to take him down to the Hawks to meet the scribes. And we'll be able to ask Troy Dannon questions. Yes.
My dad tells me it was actually in Seward that day.
So it wasn't Columbus.
No, I think this is bad for you. I think it was in Seward. I beat a Columbus kid.
Oh,
though.
God.
Yeah.
I don't believe
for the 7th place match to end the season in Seward.
I'd have to have some verification.
So I did not go winless in my middle school wrestling
Your dad
career.
remembers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't go winless because he won in Seward.
Good job.
Yeah. So thank you. And Troy Dannon speaks tomorrow. There's your news.
There you go.
Okay. Before we get to the game show, a couple things we want to get to in the world of college basketball. So we've talked a lot about, obviously for good reason, the tournament. That's what's happening. Sweet 16 set up for Thursday, Friday. But there's a couple coaches on the move. Michigan, soon after FAU lost to Northwestern on Friday afternoon, it was announced that Dusty May, the head coach of the Owls SIP, is going to be the new head coach of Michigan, replacing the fired Juwan Howard. Also, yesterday, Darian DeVries, the head coach at Drake, is moving on to West Virginia, and his son, Tucker, also is making the move with him, which is a huge because he averaged 21 points a game. It was the Valley Player of the Year. So he's going with his dad, Darian, to West Virginia. That's a couple moves in the college basketball coaching profession.
A couple things on these. According to CBS Sports, Michigan swooped in to snag May amid what was a heated race of schools hoping to land him. And it looked like Louisville had the inside track.
Yeah.
And then again, Michigan swooped in. Also Vandy. And Vandy was seriously considered per CBS Sports. Now, it's interesting. May's interesting to me because he's a one-stop head coach. I mean, he's only been at FAU. He's never been anywhere else. Now, he did turn FAU around in a big way, obviously, going to the Final Four last year. They won 35 games. I think they're 35-4 last year, won 29 this year. He was hot. It's interesting, though. A lot of Michigan fans weren't. There was a lot of Michigan fans that weren't overjoyed.
I wonder who they wanted.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's the thing of, do you always go to a mid-major? Is that where you want to go for your next head basketball coach? Well, Dusty May's had a really good run at Florida Atlantic, like you said. Good record.
He did.
Final Four last year, but you want the guy with Power 5 experience sometimes.
I mean, you can look at May and say he legitimately turned around Florida Atlantic. The 7 years prior to May, they were never 500. They were sub 500 for 7 straight years. He got there, and all of a sudden they're over 500. Oh, now they're in the Final Four, and now they've won 29. So he's bona fide, but he's never been a head coach anywhere else. The DeVries hire is fascinating to me. Now, here's what a lot of people don't know about West Virginia. They pay players a lot. Now they're terrible. They just got no return. They got no return on their investment. But they'll pay DeVries a lot. They will pay their players a lot. They'll pay him a lot. They want to be good at basketball at West Virginia. My first thought was, why is DeVries going to West Virginia? Doesn't he want to wait out McCaffrey at Iowa? Yeah. Well, then I got to thinking about it when I was at Papa Do's restaurant in Houston airport yesterday. Here's what you do. If I'm DeVries' agent, I say, no, take the West Virginia job. You can still go to Iowa. Iowa come and get you. Yep. Now, Iowa have to pay a lot of money, probably buy you out, but Big Ten money's there. Go take the West Virginia job, make a pile of money there. And if Iowa comes after you, they'll probably still want you as long as you're doing okay. Again, West Virginia, people would say, why West Virginia? They pay. They're an NIL. They are an NIL team. They will pay. They'll pay players.
It's weird seeing them have such a bad season because they're usually a tournament team.
Pretty good.
When Bob Huggins, obviously, for years successful there. Before then, they were good too. But it was odd to see them so horrible this year.
Yeah, they don't want to be horrible at basketball. That is a really interesting hire. DeVries going there.
I think DeVries is a great coach.
I don't know enough about him.
They made the tournament back-to-back years. They blew a huge lead last year to Miami and had they got stunned with how they led the whole game by double digits, blew it, and the Hurricanes beat them late. And this year, they're up on Washington State, and they blew it again. They just couldn't make – they were like 5 of 14 on free throws, which is not typical of Drake.
No.
And they're playing in Omaha. And they should have been a second-round team both years, and they just found a way to lose. So he is a good basketball coach, and I think that's a good hire for West Virginia. I think Dusty May, to me on paper, I like the hire at Michigan too.
You know, the guy that I didn't – I'd heard when Ohio State settled on Diebler.
Jake Diebler.
I mean, what I heard is that they went hard after Lamont Paris.
Yes, I heard the same.
Yeah, the South Carolina coach. I think Paris said no go. And now I'm going to get to Michigan. I think Paris probably just said no go to them all. He wanted to stay at South Carolina. I know Ohio State wanted him. I know it for a fact. And I think he stiff-armed him.
They had a great season, surprise season, lost to Carolina. Oregon by double digits in the first round. I would know because I picked the Gamecocks to my Final Four for some stupid reason in my bracket.
You always pick the upsets.
Well, what you said this morning, something about my bracket.
Well, I've never seen anybody make worse picks than you in my life. Your bracket is.
And I'm not pushing back.
Yeah,
I suck at the bracket.
Every year, it's astonishing.
I had UConn winning it all. Is that a bad pick?
No, it's
a boring pick. Is what I hate. Boring.
But how's the one side of your bracket? Is it all eliminated?
I just the South region is completely gone in my bracket.
Yeah, nobody in the South.
Not a single team left.
How does that happen?
Well, I picked Nebraska to go to the Elite Eight, and
that would
be a problem there. I forget who else I had going far, but that was the problem.
Hold on.
I have one Final Four team left, and that's UConn. I don't have. I've lost.
Nice job.
We have not even the Sweet 16. I have 3 Final Four teams gone in my bracket because I pick upsets.
So South, you didn't pick Houston.
I had.
Or did you pick?
I had Texas Tech in that region.
Okay.
Are they in that South? Within the South, Texas Tech?
Yeah. Okay, so it's Houston versus Duke and NC State versus Marquette. That's the South.
Yes, I had Texas Tech beating the 11 seed.
Okay.
NC State, and they did not beat NC State.
Houston versus Duke's a great matchup.
Take Houston.
Okay. NC State versus Marquette. I
take Marquette.
Yeah.
Kolek's playing well. He's healthy.
Okay.
Back.
And we've kind of agreed in the shop here that the tournament.
Disappointing so far. Couple good games. I mean, great story with Oakland beating Kentucky, but beyond that, no one was surprised to see Grand Canyon win their game. Bill had them in the Final Four. I picked Grand Canyon, and my bracket sucks.
I can't put my finger.
NC State's a good story, but it's a Power 5 conference team. It's not like an 11 seed that's Western Kentucky.
I felt the lack of buzz when I was watching a selection show. I thought, it's just not quite.
Yep, I'm kind of with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is, except we've identified one thing. I'm not putting a buzz on March Madness. I've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed. I'm sorry, Jake, to say it, but I'm going to say it. I really enjoyed the Kraton Oregon game. I really enjoyed it.
It was a good basketball game. I thought it'd been funny if Kraton lost to a team with 4 scorers on it, 4 guys who scored it, and 2 of them who had 60 of the 73 points.
Yeah, well, they did. They won the game.
Shout out to Kraton.
And now Kraton plays Tennessee, but I didn't. There haven't been a lot of great games, and what I've been consistent in saying. And again, I don't like to be a buzzkill, but it's a tournament that lacks real identifiable star players. Who are they?
Well, Jack Gohlke was that, and he's gone. Tominaga's gone.
Jack Gohlke is not exactly Clyde Drexler.
Who's the point guard? The Shear, the player at Houston. Very good. I don't even know his first name.
Right.
Jamal
That's what
Shear,
I mean.
I think
you would have known Grant Hill's first name.
I think Baylor Shireman.
You would have known Michael Jordan's first name.
Yeah. You don't have one of those guys.
Right. You would have known even Rafe LaFrence's first name.
Rafe.
You would have known. You just don't have a lot of that anymore. You don't. You just don't.
Yeah. Well, even at UConn, you got Donovan Klingon. That's kind of their star. And they got a couple other guys, but I don't know I don't watch UConn basketball. So, all right, let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-568. Have your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. This topic seems like more of a wild card Wednesday topic, but it comes into play because we were just in Memphis, Sip. And what does Memphis have?
Barbecue.
They have a famous street. Famous street, Beale Street. So on that note, famous streets in America is our topic today.
I like it.
What town, what cities are these streets located in? Okay?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
And Josh is going to come in for your lifeline today because Bill had to step out.
Bill had to step out.
He's gone for the day. He's back tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you think you know famous streets in lines are Jack, famous streets in America, How about call us up right now? 464-5685. Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you.
Buddy?
It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Called the next Sip Down in trivia on famous streets in America.
Take me down like Jake took that kid from Columbus down Seward.
That's right. My one ever wrestling victory. I can't
you single leg him? You single leg him?
I don't even know.
Double?
Yeah, probably double. Listen, I'm not losing. I'm not losing this match, so I did.
I got you.
Josh, how do you feel today?
Who's Josh? Introduce him. Who's this guy sitting next to me?
Josh is our producer. He does a great job. He's done several games for high school broadcasts also on the station. Josh, hello.
Hello, Jake.
And Josh also made our broadcast go. We were in the hotel on Friday.
Oh, God, we should thank him.
So thank you, Josh, for making that happen.
Do you know how much we appreciate that? I'm not joking.
No, I really appreciate you appreciating that.
You were here. You were here and accounted for, and that broadcast does not happen without you.
That's
God
right.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, we are joined on the phone by Jerry. Jerry, how do you feel about famous streets in America today?
I feel all right.
Feels all right.
All right, Jerry. Thanks for calling.
All right. Again, Josh, a lifeline for SIP for one question today. Can you hear Josh?
Yes, I can.
All right, Jerry, first question goes to you. What city is the famous Lombard Street located in?
Las Vegas.
No, it is not Las Vegas.
I got called out on the text line. I noticed one day we can't concede. Like the person said, you shouldn't be able to allow to consult with your lifeline.
Either take him or you don't take him.
Right.
No.
I'm going to pass. Let's hope it's not Chicago.
I'm stunned. San Francisco.
Oh,
no.
One of the most famous streets in the world. Just no, the
one with the slope?
It's crooked. It's crooked. There's no straight. It's just up and it's back and forth.
Yeah.
All right, Sip.
Sorry, I didn't know.
For the lead, your first question, Josh is in
alive.
play.
Yeah.
What city is the famous Michigan Avenue located in?
No, I'm saving you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saving
I hope you get this.
It's Chicago.
I've
been on.
Chicago is correct. It's 1-0 lead. All right, back to you, Jerry. To tie it up, last question. What city is the famous 6th Street located in? 6th Street.
In trouble on 6th Street.
I mean, every town has one of these, but there's a famous one in this one specific town.
There's only one answer.
6th Street. 5 seconds, Jerry. 5. 4.
I'm gonna say Washington.
Washington, D.C. No.
Sip. I've been here a lot. I've probably been I'm gonna say 25 times. Because back in the Big 12 days, we go down to Austin a lot. Brilliant.
Austin, Texas is correct. Sip is 1-0 on the week. Congrats, Sip, and you get nothing but happiness today. Pride, no bagels for you.
And nothing but happiness sounds
That's right.
okay to me.
Yeah,
I was here for support.
Josh, you were here for support.
Hey, that's what we do at the ticket.
Yeah.
All right.
We appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm sorry, but you get a bagel.
You get a bagel and a coffee, Jerry. So hang on, Josh. Get your information. We'll get you a bagel and a coffee still for losing. It's all right.
All right, thank you.
All right,
You're
there we go.
welcome.
Jerry's gone.
So Jerry gets to go to Bagels and Joe.
He does.
And he still gets
a bagel and a coffee.
Yeah.
That's the deal. We've always been kind on this show. If you lose, you still win a bagel and a coffee. If you win, you get a business box of bagels and 2 tubs of cream cheese. You just call in. You're on the show. You win. Okay, you want last question and
Sure.
tiebreaker. What city is the famous Ocean Drive located in?
Ocean Drive? Ocean Drive. I'm going to say San Diego.
That would be Miami, Florida.
No, wouldn't have gotten that.
I'm curious how you go on this one. In miles, please. How long is Lombard Street in San Francisco?
The way you described it, not very long. 2.5.
3.
Okay.
Okay, pretty good.
Not bad.
3 miles.
Oh.
So, hey, you know what? You won the game, so that's all that matters. Congrats.
1-0. Overall record, 60-57.
We're over 500 still.
3 games over.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Bill's back tomorrow to help you out with the game show.
All right, fun show today. I'll stick for the spillover.
All right. Well, the spillover is next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Birch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Birch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
The Lincoln Marathon hits the streets Sunday, May 5th. Will you be part of the pack? Registration is now open for the full and half marathon at thelincolnmarathon.org. This event offers something for runners of all ages and abilities, from elite athletes to those looking to accomplish a fitness goal or check off a bucket list item. Sign up now to run the marathon on Sunday, May 5th. If running isn't in the cards, consider volunteering on race day. Complete event details can be found at lincolnmarathon.org.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
This
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Zip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Spillover is sponsored by our friends at Computer Hardware, Nebraska's Apple authorized service provider. Are you upgrading your iPad? Do you have questions of what Apple device is best for you? Don't go anywhere else for all your Apple product needs. Computer Hardware is at 70th and O in Lincoln. Been around since 1980. Also in Kearney, Hastings, and Grand Island. See them today. Nebraska's Apple Store, Computer Hardware. No Raph or AD, it's just us today, Sip, for the Spillover.
Yeah, here's the deal. We talk about Nebraska basketball a little bit, Jake. Transfer portal's open. Fred, I mean, it's interesting how the world works now in college basketball. The portal opened last week, so Fred talked about it at the pregame press conference they had on Thursday, like how awkward it is in this day and age where you're preparing. He has to prepare his team to beat Texas A&M, to try to beat Texas A&M, but they're looking for players.
Yeah,
they're looking for players that week. I mean, as they're preparing for Texas A&M, they're literally looking for players.
How do you do that?
Well, you make calls and you reach out to certain people. You have your staff do it. Fred did. I got the impression that Fred wasn't involved in it heavily. He was. God, if you think about it now, Jake, Fred was involved in the game plan. I was talking to Robin Washut, the Husker Online beat writer for basketball yesterday, and I guarantee you, Jake, that Fred and those coaches knew what they were. They knew what we didn't know, that Texas A&M was going to be a bear. We kind of didn't really know what. You were shocked by what you saw.
Oh, I was stunned by the fact they made threes. I knew they were going to be a physical team on the boards and tough defensively when they wanted to be.
Did you figure they'd scored 98?
No, I didn't.
No.
Now we looked at they had scored 90 in the last two games.
Yeah, but Nebraska's a good defensive team.
We thought they were.
Yeah,
Illinois, they weren't good defensively.
So anyway, I guarantee you, Fred's looking at A&M going, "Oh God, this is not. This is a tough matchup for us." Guarantee you, saying that. Meanwhile, he's looking for players. Now, I don't know exactly how many players they're going to be able to get out of the portal. I'm thinking 3 or 4, and some people would be, wait, they only have 2 scholarship spots available. Well, right now, I don't know that you'd see, and now I'm going to get into speculation. I don't know that you'll see Blaise Keita back because he's just, the injury may force him to retire.
Well, you'll see Aaron Eulis back. We didn't.
Yes, you will see Aaron Eulis back.
But is that your point? Is that your point guard answer though?
It definitely could be.
But I think you might want to still search and see what's out there.
You wonder if Ramel Lloyd hasn't played in 2 years. All right.
Telling.
Yeah, he hasn't played in 2 years. I don't know on that one. So I guess what I'm telling you, the bottom line is I think you're looking at 3 or 4 guys out of the portal, which is big. I mean, you got to go get some guys. Then the other informative thing, Jake, is college basketball is so interesting now. The reporters asked the returners that were available, Bryce Williams, Rink Mast, Juwan Gary. Who else would it be? Who else is in that core that could come back? Wilcher. None of them committed to coming back. I mean, there's not one of them that said, "Yeah, I'll be back." It's college basketball is really interesting that way. Not one of the guys said, "Oh yeah, I'll be back for sure."
Well, Bill told us that Utah State had a whole brand new lineup this year because guys transferred out, went other places, and they were a good team last year. Nothing's guaranteed here.
No, it's not commentary on anything. I think some of that is bargaining. I think you don't say you're coming back because you can. I mean, this is an NIL situation. I mean, if you're smart, you don't say no. You say we'll see. I mean, let's see. Juwan Gary's worth a lot of money.
He is. People think that Wisconsin's a sinking ship. They lost Connor Essien to the portal yesterday.
They did.
He's one of their
He's a
stars.
shooter off the guard. He's a shoot off the bench.
Does that mean Chucky's on his way up?
I mean, there is a lot of speculation about Chucky. I've heard Chucky's making good money at Wisconsin. It'll take a lot of money to get Chucky.
But he's a Nebraska kid, so people would probably gladly pay. It was showing he's
how would you feel about getting Fiddler and Hepburn?
That'd be great. It'd be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Be wonderful.
Yeah.
So we'll
I
see.
don't know if that's in the cards, but I'm not saying it's not in the cards.
We'll see what the portal brings for Nebraska. But again, you got to keep your own number one. Keep your own guys. If you want to build on this year, you got to keep as many guys that you can from this roster and build on top of it. Because like I said, that's not even a guarantee.
Keep that core. Now, like people say, well, what would Rink do? Rink would go pro. A Rink would go overseas and make money. See, if you're Rink, isn't that tempting? Now, you can cut into that temptation if you're Nebraska by paying a lot of NIL money.
Yep.
You
sure can. So we'll see what happens with the roster. But like I said, awkward times, but Nebraska's out of the tournament now. So now it's all focused on the roster. That's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and Amon Green is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never